What's good, YOHP family? It's your boy Ehu here with D Greasy and Troy. We're here to bring you some our thoughts on topics and whatnot. And come on in, have some fun. And while I nurse my injuries from my Dallas Cowboys loss, let's go ahead and get it started, D.
All right, man. So getting it started, we're gonna go with the quick picks of last week. We're gonna go through that first, and then we'll get to the topics. So first game last week, Packers and Lions, week 14, by the way. Packers 31, Lions 34.
I chose the
Um,
Lions, and they are scraping by wins. That's all I got to say about that.
got you.
Yeah, I chose the Packers, but it was a good win to me for the Lions because they was injured and they still came through and won that game. So that
Yep.
was a good game.
The next game is Steelers Browns. Steelers 27, Browns 14.
I had the Steelers.
I had the Steelers.
Okay. Next game is Saints 14, Giants 11.
I picked the Saints.
I picked the Saints. That was an ugly game too.
That was terrible. I mean, the Giants games are pretty much all ugly this year anyway. So
Yeah,
we'll add the Saints, and it's gonna be even worse.
Next game is the Jets and the Dolphins. Dolphins 32, Jets 26 in the OT.
Dolphins.
I chose the Dolphins.
Yeah, that was an ugly.
Jaguars Titans with no Lawrence,
I
10 to
chose the
6.
Jags
I chose the
because
Jags.
you know me and Troy not
Good
gonna pick
pick.
no Levis, bro.
No,
Good
I'm
pick.
dead.
Falcons Vikings 42, Falcons 21.
I chose the
you
Vikings.
chose the Vikings.
They on a roll.
And Kirk Cousins might be cooked. He might be done.
Yeah, he was supposed to
Uh,
ball out against his old team, but he did not.
Eagles Panthers, Eagles 22, Panthers 16. It was
Man,
close.
I
Eagles.
chose the Eagles, and like I said, they've been winning some ugly games. That game was not supposed to be as close as it was. I mean, the
Yeah.
Panthers are
I don't
not a
know.
good team.
The Panthers been balling these
They've
last
been,
couple
they've
of
been,
weeks, though.
yeah,
Hey,
Well,
Bryce Young
they've been
is
competitive.
they
They've been
still
Bryce,
been
competitive.
they
Bryce
still been
Young be
losing,
like,
is what I'm saying. Like
yeah.
they've been worse, and now they're getting better. But I mean,
Hey,
yeah,
When you have nothing to play for, you play better
you
sometimes.
yeah,
You
you
know?
Bryce,
right.
So,
That's a fact.
Bryce Young
but
like a real starting QB now.
yeah. So the next game is the Buccaneers and the Raiders.
I,
Buccaneers 28, Raiders 13.
Chose the
I
Bucks.
chose the Bucks.
Seahawks Cardinals, Seahawks 30, Cardinals 18.
I chose the Seahawks because forget that little
Yeah,
troll doll.
well, not
And
that, but
as you
yes.
as you know, I gave up on the Cardinals, so I chose the Seahawks.
Bears and 49ers, 49ers 38, Bears 13.
Man, I
Yeah,
chose the Bears,
yeah, same.
and they got worked. Man, come on, Tree.
The next game, Rams and Bills, Rams 44, Bills 42.
I chose the Bills, and that was a close game.
That was a good game. I chose the
Yeah,
Bills as well. I thought it's so the Rams are so like hit or miss. You just
Yeah.
exactly.
never know.
Uh, Chiefs and Chargers, of course, the Chiefs escaped 19-17.
They found a way to win. It might not
Take
be
that
pretty.
beanie off your head,
I
man.
actually chose the Chargers, but
What?
I just thought this was gonna be their last loss of the season. I thought it was gonna be the last loss of the season, and they weren't gonna lose no more. So now that they didn't lose to the Chargers, they're probably still not gonna lose no more. They might lose. They might lose the very last game of the week because they're gonna be resting everybody.
Yeah, I remember last week you chose them, and we were stunned that he didn't choose
But
my homie.
it was a close game though. They let you can't let Mahomes get the ball last, bro. It's pretty much GG's at that
Yeah.
point. So
Oh, that game
The
was a
last game of
long.
the week is Bengals and Cowboys. Bengals 27, Cowboys 20.
I chose the Cowboys, and we found a way to lose that game.
chose the
Oh my
Bengals.
How
God,
about them Cowboys, you
That
know? So,
man.
was a very cowboyish loss. So
Yeah, it was
yeah, that
like
was
ain't really no anything else to say about it. They found a way to
Cowboys being
lose,
Cowboys. What's new?
right?
Even the Cowboys fans say that, so you know how it go. But
Yes.
hey, I'm sorry they let you down, Ehu. So because of that, I'm gonna have to move on to the next topic. Stop talking about them Cowboys for
Let's
now.
go, because I ain't got nothing else to say about them. Let's
We're gonna
go.
get started with the topics. The first topic of the day is Josh Allen and the Bills. What y'all think about him in the Bills so far? Let's start with Ehu.
I think that they have shown that they are a good team. Um, if you look at with the eye test, you look at how they've been winning games
Yeah.
and the way they've been winning, like they don't have a lot of close games. Like, there's a few one-score games, but really they're kind of not blowing people out, but they're beating people. The worst loss that I thought that they should have won was against the Texans. They should have beat them. They lost by three
Yeah.
off the field goal. Of course they lost to the Ravens. I want to see them play a good, great team and see if they can hold off a great team. Like the Bills, they play or the Chiefs, they played that game, they won by 9 points. That was a good win. They just lost to the Rams. The Rams don't really have their stuff together right now, and they lost to them by two. And that's why I'm thinking like they beat the bad teams, which is what I was telling my homeboy Jesus last night. Like to be a good contender in the playoffs, you have to beat the bad teams. You can't drop a L. You can't get an L against a bad team and expect to go far in the
Right.
playoffs. So I think that they have the Lions next week,
Mhm.
and that's going to be a good test for them. But every game after that, like they play division games against two Patriots games and a Jets games. Those games aren't, their division is kind of weak right now. So I think they still have something to prove. They'll get their biggest test next week, and then come playoff time, like then we'll see who they really are.
Hey, sounds good. Sounds good. What you
Mhm.
got, Troy?
I think Josh Allen. I think that game really showed that why he's the MVP, in my opinion, because he was balling. I think they lost that game doing those QB sneaks at the end. I feel
Mhm.
like it should have been in the air first. If you don't get the play, at least the clock is stopped. But because you try to do that, tush push like you're the Eagles and fail at it, and the clock keeps running, and they had a waste of time out there.
Yeah.
So I just feel like maybe you got Josh Allen, bro. To me, Lamar should be the most deadliest runner, but to me, Josh Allen is the best scrambling QB in the NFL. The
Hmm.
touchdowns prove it because nobody got more rushing touchdowns than Josh Allen at the QB position, period, in the NFL. So I think they should have Josh Allen like rolling out or something. They could have made that so much easier. They could have saved so much time instead of trying to do a tush push and waste of time out because of it. But I still think they're the second best team in the AFC
Mhm.
after the Chiefs, of course. And I do think they can still go pretty far. It's those hit and miss games. It's like
Yeah,
if your defense come out and play like that against the Chiefs, y'all might well just go ahead, just don't even come out the second half, bro. Just go ahead and pack your things.
Yep.
I agree. I agree. I don't really have much to add to that. I kind of agree with both points. So we kind of just got to see what happens when they do play a better team,
Hmm.
Yeah,
an elite team,
yeah,
and see how they hold up against that. And that should be a nice little measuring measuring tape to see where they're at before they
yeah,
go to the playoffs. So I do agree with that. I also agree that you got to use Josh Allen's strength because that is your best player on offense. So,
Yep.
yeah. Yeah,
so the next,
out the pocket. And that next
oh, go
game,
ahead.
real quick, I meant to add, the next game is probably going to they playing the Lions, and
Yep.
that
Mhm.
game probably is going to decide the MVP most likely.
Really.
Hmm.
Unless Saquon goes out and breaks the record, which you're gonna have to break the record. That Lions and Bills game is probably gonna be the game to decide the MVP because golf is in it. Golf is in the mix.
Yeah.
I was
So,
going to say, I was going to ask you how was that, but that you clarified. So, so you like what golf look like this
yeah, he's in
year?
the mix. Golf has like I think pretty sure he's leading the NFL in passing rating.
Got you. Got you.
So, if I could
Um,
pull up real quick for you because golf has some really good numbers right now. He
yeah,
had that 1-5 pick game, and every other game after that has been great. So
Yeah. They really figured something out with the Lions organization. Like you get the right system going, the right coaching staff, the right players around, everybody buy into the same mess or the same idea of like we're just gonna be physical and just go out and play our hardest. Like they're they're playing. Like not can't take nothing away from them, even though
so
they they
go ahead.
they're looking good right now.
Yeah. So golf is second in passer rating behind Lamar with 109, and he has 25 TDs and 10 picks. So
Okay.
got you. I want to point out before we move to the next topic, that says a lot about Lamar as well, since he's a running back. So,
Yeah,
Yep.
put that
Lamar's
out there.
great, bro. He's great in
Yeah,
the
he is.
seasons.
Yep.
So the next topic, fellas, man, it's going to be, do the Eagles run the NFC? We're gonna start with Troy on this one. What you think, Troy?
No, I still think the Lions, even with all the injuries, I like the coach better with the Lions. The QB, I think the Eagles is close. The way Goff is playing right now, Goff is playing obviously playing MVP caliber football compared to Hurts. Um, the Saquon is obviously the better running back than the two, but then Gibbs and Montgomery, but they have two that have done their lightning. So I think the running back room is, if you talk about the room as a whole, the Lions running back room is better
Hmm.
because it goes Saquon, then they have the next two better running backs by far. At the receivers, the Eagles, they're pretty equal in receiving, realistically. 'Cause I like the Sun guy. The Sun guy is good. AJ Brown's good. Jamison Williamson, he's good. I guess the Eagles will have the receiving receivers a little bit, and obviously the offensive line is the Lions. The Lions offensive lines, they have the best offensive line in football. So
Yep.
they're
What you
gonna
think
bring
about
good.
Smith? What you think about Smith on the receiving core for the Eagles?
I think Devontae is probably the third. It's probably the third best out of the two teams. Like it'll go like AJ, Son, Guy Smith, then Jamison Williamson.
Got you.
And so I think the Lions still running AFC. And like I tell, the coaching is just better there. I
Yeah.
just think their matchup. I think the Eagles match up better with the Lions, but I think the Lions is a bad matchup for a lot of teams in general. And realistically, after the AJ Brown, debacle where he was like, "Oh, we just need a pass." Uh, that's just bad vibes. Like, bro, like, y'all winning. Like,
Exactly.
I understand you want to get your numbers. You're winning. And Nick Sirianni, he's not a good. He already proved he's not a good enough coach to deal with those type of issues.
Yep.
So hopefully it's nothing, and the Eagles can keep pushing forward. But based off the history, it might be something. So
Yeah.
What you got, Ehud?
Um, I'm gonna go with the Lions because um the Vikings, I'm gonna put the Lions at one and the Vikings at two because of how, not I wouldn't say how easy they're winning, how
Mhm.
fluid it looks when they win. The Vikings have, like, they're not really struggling, like the Eagles, I feel like they're just kind of, they're pulling these wins out and it just looks ugly. It looks so ugly and it's like they got a lot of stuff to work on. And but come playoff time, the Eagles, the next four games, the last four games of the season for the Eagles are the Steelers, the Commanders, the Cowboys, and the Giants. Out of those four games, I think they can win them all if they keep winning, finding a way to win like they have been. So they'll end at what, 15-2?
they're not
If
in
the,
the two.
I'm just saying they could or they might rest for the last two games,
Yeah,
rest their starters or whatever, get ready for the playoffs if
yeah.
they do that. But I'm just saying, like, if they were to play all their starters and play hard, the only team on this list are like the Steelers and the Commanders that are really like would give them a problem right now. The
Mhm.
Giants, that's a dub for them. That's the last game of the season. They might just rest all their starters then. Uh, the Cowboys, you already know we backup quarterback and we're finding ways to lose games. So I really hate to say it, but they might win that one. But as far as the Vikings have a tougher last four games of the season.
Mhm.
They play the Bears, the Seahawks, the Packers, and the Lions. Like, three of those games could be an L for them. Could be. Like, it's, Seahawks playing good, Geno playing good. The Packers loving them playing good. The Lions, we already know that you know, they're playing great right now.
Yeah.
So, like, the Vikings could lose. So, like I said, I'm gonna give it to the Lions because, like I said, they got the culture. Like, it's right now their next four games for the Lions are the Bills, the Bears, the 49ers, and the Vikings. So it's like, out of those three games, like, one of those games they're gonna win. The other three are gonna be tests for them to see if they win those games, then they're definitely sitting at the top. But like I said, we're just gonna have to see. I'm giving it to the Lions.
To add that to you, but basically, if you do look at their schedule, the Eagles had the best chance to get home field advantage.
Yep, they
Okay?
do.
Because they're in the worst division. The
Hmm.
Lions is playing the best division in football, and I think if the Eagles do get home field advantage, I think that's gonna make it harder for the Lions. Even though they've been beating teams, they're just
Mhm.
better. They're a better team in a dome than they
Hmm.
are outside. So
Yeah.
Okay, those are great points, fellas. Let's go to I think believe it's going to be the last subject we talk about NFL wise. So, what happened with them Cowboys, man?
I think it was just a snafu on special teams. We were managing the game. Cooper Rush is a very good game manager. He threw one interception that cost us a touchdown. We were in the red zone on the 11. He threw an interception, and we had to fight our way back to gaining a lead. We got down. Defense came to play somewhat. They came to play better. There was a time that Jamar Chase got open, wide open, and just kind of Skip walked in for a touchdown, and I'm like, we can't be having those kind of. I'm glad we're figuring it out now. And like I said, like I'm glad that we're working on stuff now this year than rather just tanking and having us look terrible and nobody wants to play anymore. And it's all about the culture. Like the Lions, if the Lions were like, oh, we're a trash organization, we've been trash, we're gonna stay trash, nothing's gonna change. Y'all just gonna keep being trash. But they really brought some people in to believe and fix the culture. So it's like I,
My
I
bad, my
like I
bad.
said, I think
My-
that it's good that we actually trying to win. But
my-
yeah,
I had
special
to laugh
teams
at
killed
that
us.
because you said the Lions and they've been trash for so long, bro. So, I
they have
mean,
though. They really have though.
They haven't done nothing. I was telling my homeboy yesterday, like, and my cousin, like, they say that the Houston Texans are the best team in Texas this year. Yeah, y'all are the best team in the regular season. But what have y'all done? Y'all ain't done nothing.
Right.
right.
So what are you saying? Yeah, y'all might be good now, but what is that going to translate to? The Texans not winning nothing. So I'm not really worried about them.
Hey, what you got, Troy?
Uh, I thought it was just the Cowboys' way to lose because they played a great game just to blow it off. Yeah, just to choke it off because first off, the dude, I feel like the dude that blocked the punt did his job. You get a block punt, and you have a top three kicker. So not only do you they're almost guarantee field goal range, the dude tries to pick it up and run with the ball, bro.
They're just jumping on it, bro.
Low special
He,
teams
he,
IQ
he
right there,
didn't
bro.
he didn't have to. No, the funniest part of it, he didn't even have to touch it.
He didn't. He could have just got away from it.
He could have just got away from it, let it bop out of bounds, and they could have just ran the clock down. They got an easy three, and
That's
now
wow.
the Bengals is working with like probably I don't know probably one timeout in like 40 some seconds or a minute or something. All right, so because it was 2 minutes left when it was like 2 minutes and some change left when the
Yeah,
play happened. So
Right.
just don't
that's
touch
just
the
a
ball.
cowboy way to lose. I do
It,
think I do think Micah is funny because I understand Micah. He's a passionate player, and I do respect the passion, but at the same time, he can't get frustrated and record no stats, bro. Like you just can't. If you can be frustrated with yourself, that's
mhm.
fine because you didn't perform at the level you want to perform. But you can't be frustrated at your teammates when you record zero stats. Like like
Yep.
you're the best player on that team, bro. You by far you are the head and shoulders best player on the team, and you're a top five in your position and you put up zero stats, bro. Zero. You don't got a tackle. You don't got a TFL. You don't got a pass deflection. I think he only had one QB hit the whole game. And it's just
Well, to piggyback off that, I watched a compilation of that game. He was getting held, and we were not getting those calls.
yeah.
And he's
but
he's never going to get those calls, which is the problem. Like,
but the lead of the leads get held though, bro. Like Miles, you think Miles? If you watch every snap of Miles Garrett, you think he
mhm.
don't get held on his snaps? Like
I mean,
Miles
if
Garrett gets held.
he gets uh those flags thrown for him, though. I don't know why Micah doesn't get those flags thrown for him.
Bro, it's just like, it's just like. all the elites gets held, bro. Like
Hmm.
it's
I understand.
Just
and
like
like they
play
don't
through
get
it.
they don't get the flag calls. Like if you look at TJ Watt, he gets held all the time. It's just he's just a game record, bro. It doesn't matter. The difference between TJ Watt and Myles Garrett is just Micah don't have no pass rush moves. He just speed and bull rush. That's it.
They have to hold him to stop him, and that's what I'm saying. Like it's just not happening. It's not happening at all.
Yeah, well then he needs to get some pass rush moves, bro. Get them hands off you. Do some swim moves. Do a spin move. Do something. Like you just bull rushing. You just throwing your arms into him, and now you're having this arm fight, and you mad when you get hit. Do something different, bro. Because
Yeah.
people get hit. Like when if you watch Aaron Donald pass rush, and he did in the interior. He gets hit all the time. But what does he do? He does that little chop move. Get that arms
Uh-huh.
off of him. Don't shits off of him. He's no
Yeah.
longer held. And he gets the sack. It's just stuff like that, bro. It's just you're the best player. Like if you get held all year, and you
Yeah.
don't got no counter for it, that's a you problem,
I,
realistically.
I don't know. Like me playing I've played offense and defense, and it just it's kind of detrimental to your play if you're not if you're following the rules and they're not enforcing the rules for you. It's like, how can I do my job? Like, I'm beating this person. I'm
Yeah,
beating them. Like, I don't need moves because I'm faster than him. I'm getting around him, and he's just allowed to like grab me and hold me and not get flagged for it. I don't think that's his problem because he's worked on his craft. His craft is I'm gonna be faster than you, I'm gonna be stronger than you, and I'm gonna get around you. And for them to get away with the holds every game last year I just looked it up. He got he only got 3 flags thrown for him,
yeah,
and he had been held almost every play all last season, and no
yeah.
flags were thrown for him. Like that's got to be something against the Cowboys or against Jerry Jones or something the refs got against him. All I know is you can't do your job as a defender when the offense is allowed to get away with stuff. Like that's just
See,
I don't know.
I take it like this, bro. It's just like if you go against somebody that hand check you in basketball, and you know he's going to hand check you, what you
Uh-huh.
gonna do? You gonna swipe his arm and use that shit as your momentum. Like, it's just this. If you know somebody's going to hold you, then you need to get their hands off you. Like you need to have some counter moves.
So let me ask you this. We're playing in the league
Yeah,
and you're driving to the rack. You're
yeah,
getting hit every time and
yeah.
they're not calling nothing for you. What are you gonna do? You're gonna change up and shoot, right?
No,
Let's say
I'll make adjustments.
okay, so what's the adjustment that you're gonna make if you're not driving to the rack no more? Because you're not getting the fouls and you're
Yeah,
not making the basket because you're getting fouled. So what do
I'm
you do then?
I'm pushing the man deeper under the basket. So even if he fouled me, I'm still going to be a closer. He's not going to be able to contest my shot because I'm the only one going to be on the other side of the rim. So like if the further he is under the basket,
Hmm.
the more options I have for the basket. And then then I can apply the hop steps. I can apply spin moves. I can apply a whole bunch of different options to like avoid the fouls. You know me, I go to the rack. I don't care if you
And
foul me. I
that's
don't
why I
care if
brought
you
that up
slap
to you.
me.
That's
I
why I
don't
use
care.
that as an example.
I don't care if you push me. I'm still going to the rack. Like
Okay.
it just doesn't matter to me.
And so you give you're getting fouled and you're not making the like he's literally holding your hand down. He's literally
Yeah,
smacking your hand and you're not able to make the shot, but
yeah.
yet the referee's not calling anything. That's not going to cause you
You,
to change your game or what are you going to do?
you talking to me, bro?
I'm just telling you. So you're gonna keep running down in the paint. You're gonna keep running down in the paint and backing this dude up, and he gonna foul
There's
you, and you're not getting no calls.
there's what do I do, bro?
I'm
I don't get detrimented, bro. You're not gonna make me stop. You're not. There's nothing you can do to me to make me stop playing my game. I don't care.
okay, okay, and I understand that. So you're telling me you're willing to lose the game for the team because you're gonna keep doing something that they're not calling for you.
But
That's all I'm just asking.
the
Because you know
thing
me,
is,
I'm gonna keep doing it too.
the thing is, you make it seem like the adjustments. I'm just going to keep missing the adjustments. I'm not
Hmm.
going to keep missing the adjustments. I'm gonna make the. I know he's going to foul me, so I'm gonna make the adjustments to avoid to a point where he can foul me. He can foul this arm while I'm going up this arm,
I
or
got you.
he's never going. I'm making adjustments so he'll never be able to grab both my arms. I'm
So
ambidextrous. So he's gonna have
So all
to.
in
He's not
all,
gonna never have both arms. He's gonna at
Okay.
least. He's going. He can foul one. He can foul this fucking arm. I don't care. I'm gonna finish with this arm.
And so
so
if he's pushing you and you're off balance, there's no way
Then,
you like I said,
then, then I'm a
it's
hop.
causing
Then
you.
I'm a hop step into his damn chest, and then it's gonna be very hard to push me when I'm gone
so
with 2 feet.
so it sounds like basically it sounds like Ehud, based on your points, it sounds like Ehud is saying, why would you keep going and doing the same thing over and over and you're getting the same result, but you get mad at the result, basically, and it ends up being a negative result. Um, but Troy is saying, hey, there's not going to be a negative result because I'm actually going to make that adjustment to turn it into a positive result. That's what
Because
you're saying?
yeah, because I know what he's doing. If I already know what your game is, you're not trying to guard me and you're just trying to foul me. I'm
Mhm.
just gonna make the adjustment to make it easier for myself.
So,
Okay, I got
so
one more point on that.
go
So
ahead.
Micah Parsons has been flagged or flags thrown for him 3 times this year. Only three holding penalties called for Micah Parsons. Miles Garrett, 24. So
Okay.
tell me there's no disparity in that. Like
Okay.
how can he win when or do his job when
Then,
other defenders are getting that call but he's not?
okay. Then at that point, Ehud, maybe he should move back to middle linebacker because he's a detriment to a team. Then you're not getting if he can't really come up with some type of counter move and he can't
Hmm.
impact the team because he
Okay.
needs the flag thrown for him, then maybe he needs to play a different position.
Okay.
Great point.
So it's
Great.
just like either you adjust, you know you're not getting flags thrown to you, you would make the adjustments, or you move
Hmm.
on. Like you
Yeah.
move on to something different. He's
No,
athletic enough to play middle linebacker.
no, I get both points because you're saying just make the adjustment, and sometimes it's easier said than done though. But I do
Yeah, it
understand what
is.
Exactly.
I
you're saying though.
understand that, but he's
Um,
athletic enough.
right, right. He got the talent to do it, right?
Yeah,
So basically, it turns into a mental thing for him. It's not
yeah.
even about your physical talent, but
But he has no moves.
with Ehud, he's saying the disparity. It's like, okay, why is it that some of these guys over here are getting the flags, and his flag calls are lower than theirs, and he's on the
Yeah.
same level as them. So of course, his
Exactly.
numbers look bad when he's not getting the same flag calls. That's what
No,
it
Hmm.
sounds like.
I do agree. He do get held every play, but
Hmm.
I just feel like he doesn't have any pass rush moves. So it's just
And
like
I
and
agree with
like
you on that.
And like Miles, if you had Miles Garrett had pass rush moves, so maybe because when Miles Garrett puts a move on somebody, the hold is obvious. It's more
Yeah.
obvious because the dude he's getting the linemen off balance. Micah don't really get linemen off balance. He just run past them. Like
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like he should be able to play to his strengths. His strength is speed. And so if he buys somebody and they're reaching back and grabbing his jersey, like that's like I said, that's his strength.
but but
And like when they're
all
like
time all
go
time greats. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm
no,
sorry.
go ahead.
All time greats. Like Von Miller used to play with speed. Like with
Hmm.
very early Von Miller used to play with speed. But even Von Miller had pass rushing moves. Like
Hmm.
he didn't just run past you. He
Yeah.
will run past you. He will swim you. He will club you. He will do a whole bunch of. He will spin move you. He will do a whole bunch of stuff. Like he just not just straight up speed. Julius Peppers, another speed
Yeah.
rusher, straight speed. But he still had other moves. Like he had counter moves. He made it hard for people to hold him because it's hard to predict what he's doing. It's easy to predict what Spike doing because he does the same thing every time.
And I agree with you on that. Like maybe switch it up because like I said, I was the example I was gonna give was when we were playing in the league and they had two tall dudes on their team. We couldn't get into the paint, so we had to switch it up and start hitting our threes, and that's how we won the game. Like
Yeah.
there was no way to get into the paint because they had those two big dudes down there. So it's like, I understand I agree with you. Like maybe he should switch it up, but that still doesn't make it right
No,
that
it
he's
doesn't make
not
it
getting
right.
these calls. That's all I'm saying. Like I agree
I
with
agree
you.
with that. I agree with you on that. He should get the calls, but he's not. So what are you gonna do about it? You
Yeah,
can't go
I agree.
complain. You
Hmm.
you 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 can't you can't go to the commissioner.
Hmm.
You can't go to your coach. So if you're never getting these damn calls, so are you just gonna keep in a detriment, or are you gonna show why you're the best? Why they
All
Yeah.
hold
right,
you? You're gonna adjust.
all right, all right. Well, I have a question for both y'all on that topic, and we'll end it in that topic. So, what would y'all both suggest in a short sentence? What should Micah do
I think he should get it
to
back.
gain success in those situations?
Get it back.
Okay.
If he can't, because I already know, like changing up. If you're a star player, changing up your game is not a one season thing or one game thing. Like you're gonna have to, like if Troy says he's gonna have to get a bag, that's something he's gonna have to work on, like in the off season, like something he's gonna
Yeah.
actually have to put in some work in. Other than that, go to your coach. Because like Bill Belichick used to do it all the time for Tom Brady. Used to always say like, "Hey, watch number 84 on their team. He's gonna hold our guy. He's gonna do a stunt move. He's gonna do a cross move. Watch him get held." Like that's a coaching thing too.
It
Like
is coaching game.
tell Micah to go to the coach or go to the somebody and tell his defense coach, tell Zimmer like, "Hey man, talk to the ref before the game." Tell them like Bill Belichick used to do it all the time, and that's why I say like there's things he can do instead of just letting it happen. Like Troy was saying, like don't just let it happen. Do something different.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's gonna stop him, if he's gonna allow that to stop him from being the elite player that he is, then yeah, like I
Hmm.
said, he's athletic enough to play middle linebacker, and the Cowboys need a middle linebacker. So
All right.
For sure, for
Well,
sure.
there you go, chat. That was some great talk right there. Great conversation. I like the points y'all made. Let's move on to the next thing, the last thing for the NFL, which is Week 15 scores. Um, let's go ahead and just pick the team for all the ones except for game of the week. Let's do it like that
okay,
for now. So, starting with the first game, it's going to be the Rams and 49ers.
Rams.
Rams, yeah,
All right.
it's
The
gonna be a
next
good game though.
Hmm.
oh, okay. Next game is Commander and Saints.
The Commodores.
Yeah, okay, man, this is trash.
The
Booty game, you watching? Your team is trash.
next game is the Chiefs and the Browns.
Chiefs.
Chiefs, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was about to say,
I
Troy,
was
what
drinking
you doing?
water. I was drinking
What you?
water. I had to think about
Uh,
what you said right there. Nah,
Let's see.
uh,
I don't have
the,
Kansas City losing no more. That was the only game I had them maybe losing, and
Was the
I had to lose
yeah
the rest of the year. So
the next game is the Bengals and the Titans.
Bengals.
Bengals, Will Levis.
The next game is the Dolphins and Texans.
Dolphins.
I think I did Dolphins. Yeah, I did Dolphins.
Okay. Ravens and Giants. Oh my God.
Ravens.
No. Are you serious? Let's skip
Ravens.
that one.
And
Uh,
this is gonna be the game. They're gonna be like, "Oh, Lamar's MVP because he's gonna have like 5 passing
800.
touchdowns, like 2 rushes."
Oh
the
man.
next game is the Jets and Jaguars.
Oh,
Ooh.
terrible game, bro.
I'm gonna go with the Jets.
I chose the Jets because I'm
Okay,
not sure. I'm not sure if Trevor Lawrence is playing or not.
I
got
don't
you.
know.
We have to look at that. Cowboys and Panthers.
Cowboys.
Panthers.
Okay. Buccaneers and Chargers.
Ooh, that's a good game.
That's a good game. I chose Chargers.
Dang. You got Chargers. I'm gonna go with the Bucks. Let's go, Baker.
Colts and Broncos.
Broncos.
Broncos. You know.
Okay. Patriots and Cardinals.
Now you already know what I'm going for. I'm done with the Cardinals. I'm going Pats.
Both of y'all are. So we Patriots, everybody.
Patriots it is, I guess.
Just in case you can get it.
I'm done with the
Um,
Cardinals.
the Bills and the Lions.
The Bills.
I got the Lions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Steelers and Eagles.
ET. Y'all better win the damn game. That's all I gotta say.
I got the
I'm
Eagles.
I'm going with the
Okay.
Steelers.
That's gonna be a good game though, for sure.
Um, the Packers and Seahawks.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good game. I
Yeah.
don't even know.
I chose the Packers.
Okay.
Packers.
That's good.
Dang, I don't
It's
even
tough
know.
though because uh Jordan Love got Will Levis tendencies too now. He been kind of throwing some bonehead picks.
I'm gonna go with Geno now.
Next game, Bears and Vikings.
Vikings. Sorry, Tree.
And game of the week it's the Falcons and Raiders.
That's the game of the week, not the
That's the
Bills
game of the week.
Lions.
That is the Monday night 7:30 game.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna go with Kurt's cousin.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Falcons.
So we're you know usually I said we should talk about the game of the week. We're just gonna pick another game, everybody. And the game
Man,
of the
Give
it's
week
a
me
we're gonna
it's a
pick
Giants.
bunch of good
is
ones though.
the Bills and the Lions.
Yeah, that's a good game. That
It's a bunch of good games this week.
There is. Let's talk about two games out of this, and then we're gonna move to the NBA. So the Bills and the Lions, and the
Hmm.
Steelers and the Eagles. So y'all let Troy, starting with you. What's your opinion on those two games?
so I think the Lions is gonna win. Uh, Partly because I'm pretty sure. Let me double check before I make. Let me see. They at Buffalo. But I just think the Buffalo haven't seen a run game or dealt with an offensive line that the Lions have. That Lions offensive line is mean, bro.
Yeah.
They they will punch you in the mouth and run down your throat.
Yep.
I just don't think the Bills is tough enough to beat a team like the Lions. I
Mhm.
think Josh Allen is tough enough, but I just think the Lions is just a tough ass team to deal with. So if you never experienced it before, you're gonna get punched in your mouth, and so I
Gotcha.
think that's what's gonna happen. And for the
Yeah.
Eagles and the
The Steelers.
Steelers, I it's a close one for me because
Mhm.
I do like the Steelers defense. And it's just the Eagles secondary has been pretty good. So I do think they're gonna eliminate a good amount of their passing when it comes to Russell Wilson. And I don't trust not if I have to choose between Najee Harris and fucking Saquon, I take Saquon on a baddie than Najee Harris ever. So
Yeah, got
Okay.
you. Go ahead, Ehu.
You said the Bills and the Lions they're playing in Detroit. That's gonna be tough for the Bills.
it is Detroit.
Yeah, they're playing in Detroit.
Yeah, oh then yeah, that's for sure the Lions. The Lions, they're the best known team in the NFL. So
Um, I'm just like I said, the way lately, like with their injuries and everything, the way the Lions have been like injured, like I think that if they don't get all their people back soon, I think the Bills have this one just
yeah,
because they're just so injured. Like if they were at full strength, I would probably give it to the Lions at home,
yeah,
but the Bills have just been playing very well, and I've been seeing like a spark between Allen and Amari Cooper. Like
yeah.
they've been clicking lately, so I'm gonna put my faith in them. With the Steelers and the Eagles, man, like the Eagles games are so ugly. Like they are very like
Yeah.
not that they're not winning. A win is a win. I don't care
Right.
what anybody says. They are winning. Just the way it looks kind of terrible. Like it looks like they're just kind of happening up on a win sometimes. And the Steelers have really like since Russell Wilson has been back, he's been kind of like getting into his groove, like old throwback Seahawks Russell Wilson. And him and Pickens have been on like on the same page. And so that's why I'm gonna give it to the Steelers. Shout out to ET.
All right. Well, I have nothing to say to ET, so no, I got you. I'm
Oh
messing with you,
dang.
dog. I'm messing with you, dog. I love you, dog. But so that's it for the NFL. Hey, great picks, man. Great conversation. Let's move on to the NBA. And so for the NBA, the first thing we're going to talk about is talking about our Mavericks. So, what are some trades that y'all believe can benefit the Mavericks roster as of now? Let's start with Troy on this one.
I do think we have a pretty complete roster. I do think we can make unless we make like really big moves, like to give us like a third all-star. It's hard to find us, but I guess like I said like last week, Herb Jones would be a nice pick because kid do like playing a small ball, so having good athletic wings always can benefit the way kid likes to play a small ball. That we have so many defenders. I also thought about because I've been mad at Gaff lately, the way he been playing, bro. But I also thought about we having a like an elite rim protecting big could also help us. So I was like, maybe somebody like Walker Kessler would be nice, and we can. And supposedly the asking price for Walker Kessler is what two? I think they said two first round picks.
Mm.
So I was like, why not just give him Gaff two first round picks and Hardy or something, or one pick and Hardy and Gaff or something. Because Walker Kessler is a great rim protector, and with the way Luka, he's on and off on defense. Yeah, having a great rim protector will always help him. And then and our bigs, you just don't know what energy level you gonna get from them all the time. Lately, Lively has been playing really, really good, and Gaff has been like playing decent, but it's just like you just don't know what energy level they give you. I really had to get something a little bit more consistent. At least with Walker Kessler, he's gonna go out there and rebound and block some shots. So
Okay.
Actually, not a bad. That's not the worst idea, actually. So, what you got, Ehu?
Um, I think like Troy just said, I think we're good. Like I really don't see a lot of trades that would just better our team like
yeah,
that we don't have to give up everything. Um I still like Gaff like you said like when he comes with the energy like I like his game. I like him, the game against the Raptors when we played them, like he was bodying people and I want to see that every game though. Like Troy said, like
me too.
you never know. Lively has been consistent, very consistent. I wish we could use him to stretch the floor a little bit because that
Yeah,
would open up a lot of space for Kyrie and Luka to get into the paint. Um, I don't think we need to give up a lot. Like we have Prosper and Grimes off the bench. Like I feel like we're already good. Like I really don't see giving up a lot
yeah,
for giving up what we have for other stuff. Like I feel like we're good. Like I don't really see like everybody was saying Jimmy Butler. I
nah,
don't think he
please
like
no.
if this was 4 years ago, Jimmy Butler, I would have been like, yeah, go get him. But
Still wouldn't fit to me.
I
Nah,
mean, if he's on his downfall, like I feel like he can be a Haslam or like you know coming off the bench, um experience veteran in the locker room, like, and Jimmy Buckets still get buckets. Like you see him playing with them young kids in Miami. Like you got Sheen, I call him Sheen, but it's Robinson Sheen from Jimmy Neutron because he looked like Sheen. I swear, if you look at that boy, he looked like live action
From Jimmy
Sheen
Neutron,
from
people.
Jimmy Neutron. Sheen and Tyler Hero, like they had a slump. I think their sophomore year they had a slump. They were like not playing good. Like Rob, he was coming off the bench, and Hero was not hitting. Like Jimmy Butler kind of got them together, and now they're all playing very well. But I just don't think we don't need a Jimmy Butler right now. We don't need.
yeah,
I mean, the only thing we could do is get some more defense, but I still feel like we're pretty good with what we have. Like I'm not with me personally. I'm not willing to give up anything right now.
yeah.
I'll add my take to that. I like Gafford. I'm gonna tell you, there's some intangibles about Gafford that we don't think about. He could easily be throwing a fit every single day about not starting, and he doesn't complain.
Yeah,
I mean, doesn't he play with the best energy all the time? Sometimes he doesn't, but he still look like he plays hard to me. Like at the
yeah,
end of the day, so like I'd rather have somebody like that who's not sitting here hating on the young center starting and all that stuff. He's making it easier, the transition easier, because that could be hard on somebody like him. Because we
Yeah.
got to remember he's like 26, 27 years old. So
yeah,
it ain't now if he was like 32 or something like that, it's a lot
Yeah.
easier for you to just be like, hey, yeah, you got it, young blood. But he's still trying to get his in as well, and he's accepting his role. And on top of that, we don't get to the finals last year without him, in my
Yep.
opinion. So I do like the trade idea. I just also want to give Gafford grace because I
nah,
think,
for sure.
you know what I mean? Like, but I do think we need to get rid of Mav's favorite, Maxi. We need to try to get Maxi out of here, unfortunately. And if you got to package Hardy with Maxi, then you can do that. I would look honestly. When I heard the idea of Dorian Finney-Smith coming back, I kind of still like that because I think the same thing that happened with Spence coming back, the
Yeah,
amount of faith kid has in Spence and is showing
that's
is
true.
paying off dividends. I think the same would happen with Dorian Finney-Smith, especially now that he knows he's back on a winning team. He's back
That's
on a
true.
system that's great for him. He'll have a role. His role won't be as big, but he don't seem to care. I don't think he would care about that. He just want to win be back
Yeah,
with the boys that he know. So I think making a trade like that, and this also benefits somebody like Hardy, who's not getting a lot of burn on our team because we're a championship aspiration team. And they have given Hardy some opportunities, and y'all know how much I like Hardy, but he's the type of guy that needs to go to a team like a Detroit or a Brooklyn to get his
yeah,
shots up to improve. So that's my take on it. I like if we didn't make any trades, I'm happy with that as
yeah,
well.
Yeah.
But if we had to make a trade, I would like to get Maxey out of here because when he's out there, his job's to be a stretch big, and he's not really shooting, and
no,
so
he
I
doesn't.
I, I need to have the stretch big shooting to
Yeah,
be
I agree
effective.
with that. I agree with that. The only thing I do like about Maxi is he plays his position of being out there to give Gafford and Lively a breather.
Yeah,
He don't turn the ball over, but he don't shoot. So it's like
no,
if you're not confident in your shot, like what are you really doing out there on the
exactly,
court? So I
exactly.
agree with you on that. Like we can get him out of here.
no,
And Dwight Powell, like
no, he's
He's actually
retiring
not
that
playing too
bad,
horrible.
bro.
He's not playing that badly. Look,
I know
I
he's
am
not
one
playing
of the
bad. I'm just
biggest
saying
White Powell haters in history,
He's a
and
I'm not hating on him. I'm just saying he not doing what Gafford and Lively doing.
he's
but
not
I'm just
supposed to.
he's
He's
a
not
I,
future
supposed
coach
to.
for us, bro.
He
you
has
okay?
been.
I go ahead transition into the
That
coaching. Go
hey
ahead.
that's the Haslam. That's your Haslam right
Right
there.
there, yo.
We got two Haslams. We got Morris and
Man.
we got White Powell. So there you go, right?
But
Um,
Man.
I do agree. But I don't think we really need anything, bro. But I
Mm-mm.
like the only thing that could really benefit us is to upgrade one of our positions. And it's like if you think about it, we can't really upgrade a shooting guard. We
Mm-mm.
can't really upgrade a point guard.
No.
We can't really find an upgrade for PJ. You know, PJ, we already see how important PJ is to us.
Yep.
So I really do think the only position we can't upgrade is our center position. And that's just to get a more consistent center, bro.
I kind of think I think opposite. I think the center position is fine. I think the
Mm-hmm.
power forward is what need to be upgraded because that's typically
Forward.
what Maxi would play for us. And Maxi is basically replacing PJ. So we need somebody to give PJ breathers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And that's why I say Finney Smith would be perfect for that because he understands
gotcha.
the system and he kind of plays like PJ role already. So
Yeah,
um, putting him out there, putting somebody like that out there who knows the system with Gaff could also increase gas play for all
yeah.
we know. So,
Yeah.
and on
That is
top of
true.
that, the good part is, I mean, and then on top of that, you got Najee, who's a playmaker already.
Oh yeah,
That's
he's
basically our backup
star.
point guard. And
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Spencer's our backup point guard. Najee and Grimes, 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And they're all great. They can all handle the ball. They can all finish games if they needed to. So the roster, Nico Harrison's done a great job.
he did.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, if there was an upgrade to me, it would be getting Maxey out and replacing him somehow. If you could do
Yeah,
that, I don't see there's not really a hole at that point.
nah,
Yeah.
not really. It
I
would just,
got you.
like I said, it would just go how much energy is our like big is going to give us. 'Cause we don't have a double digit rebounding big. I'm still a big fan of having a double digit rebounding big.
I
So
understand.
and a
That'd
shot
be
blocker. So
Yeah.
and if our bigs can't consistently give that to us, then it's like I feel like we should upgrade that if we can.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I do still like Lively. He's learning from Tyson
Mhm.
Chandler. Tyson Chandler was great for us on our finals run, and I think Lively picking his brain is gonna be great for us. So this is only his what third year, second year?
Second year.
Lively
Second year.
second year.
Second year.
Yeah. So he's still young. He's still got
Yeah,
some
that's
learning to
true.
do. So I say let's keep him, and because we've already seen what he's done. So
Yeah, and he's been playing good these last
yeah,
like 4 or 5 games. He's been playing great, bro. He's been
yeah,
blocking shots. He's been rebounding. So I would like to see that version of him every game. I don't want to
I got
see the soft version of him that comes out every once in a while. It
you.
just does. It's just like, bro, just be a man. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
Give him
man up.
time. Yeah, no, give him time. He still got to fill out his frame. He's already a big dude.
he is a big
Still
dude.
got to he got
Yeah.
to like still fill out his actual frame.
But they
Hmm.
do to
Um,
let him shoot some threes, bro. Let him shoot some
yeah,
threes.
Yeah, I
that's
agree.
what I think will open his game because I feel like if you have potential in a player like that, why not use it? Like we don't need him to be 100% Tyson Chandler. We need him to be, like I said before, a Brook Lopez type, Marc
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gasol type, Serge Ibaka type. So
because
Kyrie,
the
that
league
would help
is.
Kyrie more than Luca actually because Kyrie is trying to get away from trees.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
as soon as he passed by, it's easier for him. Luka's the same, especially once he get that burst back. But technically, Luka could get in there and turn around.
Yeah.
Kyrie can too, but it's a little different when you're 6'8". But
it would just open up everything for us. At that
I
point,
agree.
if Lively can go out there and shoot like 34, 35% from three, bro, I honestly I can see us winning it all. We can sit there and talk about like how good the Celtics defense is. Yeah,
Mhm.
try to be on the island guarding Luca, bro. It's no,
Exactly.
you're
Yeah,
not
because
gonna.
the league
I
is
don't care if you
changing
have
now.
Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday's
Yeah,
getting this shit cooked up.
I
Sorry.
yeah.
agree.
The league is changing now, so we need to use these bigs to shoot, like, because that's what all the teams are doing. So
Right. That's it. Right. So enough Mavs talk for today, for now. I'm not sure about today yet, but for now, enough
For
Mavs
now.
talk. Um, Next topic is going to be, is Ja really finished with dunking? And that's a hell nah, because we saw him dunk literally the day after he said that, not even
Talk about
24 hours
talk
later.
about the
So
reverse he did, bro.
yeah.
No.
that was nice,
It was nice.
That might
It
have been a dunk
was,
of the year so far. That was a nice
man.
man.
dunk, bro.
And
That
he
Wow.
was
was
crazy.
effortless, man. It was like,
Yeah,
oh,
It
man,
was, bro.
hold
In
on.
traffic.
yep.
Oh.
I don't think he's done. I don't think he's done at all. But
Go, you can
Man,
start
that
it,
mug was,
dude.
what's up?
You can start it
Oh
with
no, I was just gonna say I don't think he's done. I don't think he's done it all. I don't want him to be done. I love seeing Ja dunk. Like one of my favorite players, Vince Carter. Like you love watching a game of basketball for the exciting plays like that. Like I know a lot of people like watching for fundamentals and this that, and the third. Like one of my other favorite things about the NBA was watching the San Antonio Spurs. And bro, you're not done dunking. Don't be done dunking, bro.
bro.
Please don't be done. But I love watching the San Antonio Spurs when they were like the most passing team in the league and they were just moving the ball. But I love seeing plays like that. Like,
Yeah, bro.
why not see somebody dunk the ball? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
What you got, Troy?
I hope he's not done. I don't think he's done dunking. Bro, like look at this, bro. Like, wow. Like you can pick your spots better. Like I understand you don't want to get hurt. That makes
Hmm.
sense.
Yeah,
But and that just comes by picking your spots better, bro. But like, bro, that's Porzingis. That's a 7'2" dude, and he just double clutch reverse on that man, bro.
woo,
Bro, like,
woo.
man.
that's like, I understand. Like, you want your long term, but that's your money, bro, right there. Like,
Exactly.
that
Exactly.
the reason why like the NBA the views on the NBA is going down so much is because way too many threes and not enough dunking. And
Man.
bro, and if Ja continue to be the only person doing stuff like that, they're gonna make Grizzly a very popular team to go people go watch, and it's gonna make
Yeah.
him a more valuable player. But no, he shouldn't. He just be smarter with it. Like if you're on
He
a
don't
fast break, give him some showtime.
exactly. He's
Like
selling tickets. Selling tickets.
yeah, give him some showtime. You don't have to go up there and try to dunk on Wemby. You know, you don't have
He
to go up there and like try to dunk on people. But hey,
Old Jaw used to try to put everybody on a poster.
yeah,
Bro, he's not even old. That's the crazy part. Like, he's like
He's like
24 or
yeah,
20. Is he even 25
I
yet?
think he's
Like,
twenty
No.
maybe
five.
Well, I
24.
guess I should say young Jaw. I mean like throwback Jaw used to
Yeah.
young Jaw used to try to dunk on everybody.
Yeah,
Just
he's
like
trying to. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say just like Anthony Edwards, but
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Ant-Man not
he's
dunking on
trying
people
to.
either. Ant-Man out here just jacking threes, bro, just chunking them up.
I don't know what's going on.
Man, I think what it is, man, staying on this topic as far as why that's changing. We all know it's Steph Curry because we know who got an Ant's ear about shooting threes. It was Steph Curry during the Olympics. So I think Ant
It was
looked at
KD,
the
but yeah,
success he had. He's like, hey, the guy got 4 rings, got Finals MVP, got 2 MVPs. He's doing something. So Clay as well. I like. I don't want to just say Steph because I think Clay
it
is.
was KD that got in his ear though because he was Ant-Man even came out and said he used to train. He was training with KD the whole time during the USA.
Yeah, he
Mm,
did, but he also mentioned Steph a lot too, though, because he
Yeah.
said he said when he spoke with Steph about threes, and that's who he kind of got the idea to shoot more threes from. That's what it seemed like, because KD's game more midi, get to your spot midi, that
mhm,
type of game, which Ant does, but not to the efficient rate that KD does. But
Yeah.
as far as shooting threes, I think he saw how people like Dallas, for instance, was playing them. They're playing under the screen, and he's like,
mhm.
"Well, I got to be confident, just let the thing go, let it fly." And I don't like it completely because the one I was actually watching. Gilbert Arena show, and he actually made a good point once, you know what I'm saying? But he said that it takes away from Ant-Man's game because now you're not putting pressure on the defense. His game is to be a slasher, then shoot. So when you're putting pressure on the defense, constantly putting pressure on the defense, and you get them in foul trouble, hey, you get into the line. We all know what that does for your percentage because if you miss and you get into the line, you don't go towards your field goal percentage. So you're keeping a high field goal percentage. You're putting pressure on the defense, getting them in foul trouble. You're helping your team by doing that, but you're taking that away when you're shooting, 8 more threes than you usually do.
Yeah, very
And so
true.
it's like you got to make those threes, and
Yeah.
if you don't,
No,
it
it's
just hurts
that's
the
the
game.
truth, and it forces like if you're like you forcing your the coach to make defensive adjustments now. They're like, okay, he's tagging the rack. We got to put somebody down there to help. But
Right.
Hmm.
if you just going under the screen, and that's their goal is to have you go shoot them threes while you go under the screen. They don't have to really make adjustments. They
Yep.
can stay in their own. They can just stay in their defensive set that they practice the whole time getting ready for you.
Yep.
It's just like
Hmm.
so you're not putting like you're not making a coach. You're not making a coach.
Hmm.
Not making a play defense. It's like
Bailing them out.
you can
Bailing out the
be a good
defense.
3-point shooter, but the putting pressure on the defense is way more important. Like even Luka don't shoot 12 threes a game. Luka shoots like 8 or 9, and
Yes.
but every other time he's putting pressure on the defense because he's trying to get people open. He's
Yeah.
trying to get people to crash so he can get the ball out to his shooters. And it's just like you're not doing it.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of appreciate Shay's game. But Ehud, did you have anything to say to that
No,
particular?
I was just agreeing with Troy. He that's bailing out the defense. You're not making the defense work. You're not tiring out the defense. You just giving the defense the easy way out to shoot a low percentage shot from behind the 3 points instead of getting in the paint and drawing fouls, getting the defense into foul trouble. Like you just, like you said, bailing out the defense. So
Yeah. I
Luka
just
hit
want,
10
and one
threes a
more thing
game.
I was going to say to that is that's the difference to me between Shay and Ant-Man. Even though we weren't originally talking about Ant-Man, that's the
mhm.
difference between the two. Shay stays within his game. He shoots the midi, he goes to the rack, he puts pressure on the defense, and that's why he averages 30, and Ant-Man averages 25 usually.
Yeah.
Um, so
And
the last topic for the NBA is, are the Rockets for real?
yeah, I think I think they figure it. They figure something out, bro. They're balling. Let me see where they are. They are third in the West.
Mhm.
We actually tied with them. I
Hmm.
think they're a good team, bro. AAU has been, like I said, he's not AAU no more.
Hmm.
I know we still call you AAU on this show, but you're a hooper. You're a real NBA professional player now. You
You're Jalen Green now.
you're Jalen Green. Yeah, bro. Because like it was just the shot choices, bro. It's just like
Yeah.
it's a shot choices is such an important aspect of the game when you're a scorer. Like
Hmm.
because realistically, as a professional basketball player, you can get any shot you want. It's the shots you choose and when to shoot them, and how you want to like dictate your offense.
Hmm.
And usually AAU is what's kind of like LaMelo. It's just gonna be all me. I'm not trying to get anybody else in rhythm. I'm gonna just keep shooting until I get myself in rhythm. Nobody else is gonna really touch the ball. If they do touch the ball, it's because they're gonna double team me. I'm gonna pass it out, and hopefully, they get hot all of a sudden. Well,
Yeah.
AAU is getting the ball in rhythm. He's getting to his spots because every player has their spots that they like. So now he figure out what spots that he like. He's getting to his spots, and he just become an efficient scorer.
Yep.
And that's nothing more dangerous than an efficient scorer.
Yep. Where's got
For
Ehud?
sure. Like I said, I like what I'm seeing now. I wasn't liking what I was seeing at the beginning of the season, earlier in the season. They were looking kind of dysfunctional. Like I don't know if especially with some of the injuries they had, like I just feel like they were trying to figure themselves out, and like Troy said, they got to figure it out. Ime Udoka, he's good with the young players, so he's been. And then they got Jeff Green. Are they trading Jeff Green? I don't know if that was a what if trade that I saw, but they were trying to get
They do need like if they want to be championship contenders, they do need a couple more. They do need a couple more pieces
yeah.
to go along with them.
That's why right now in the regular season, like I feel like they figured something out and they're doing very well with it. We'll see later on in the season once some teams figure them out. And try to get them out of their comfort zone. Because I feel like you said, AU, he likes to get to certain spots and do certain things, and if I know he can adjust, just making him adjust is probably going to be the difficult for other teams.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Let's not forget the impact of Şengün too. He seems like he's been
Oh yeah.
back in the form that
Yeah.
he left off at because he had a slow start this year. I think he was one of the ones that came off injury for sure. So now
Hmm.
that he's back, he kind of got back in rhythm. Big part of their team. Uh,
Best part of
Jabari
the
Smith
team.
kind of understanding his role. Seemed like he's becoming like that Chris Bosh from Miami type guy, defender, can do it all basically like Chris Bosh, and
Hmm.
they need that. Fred VanVleet's leadership is always important, and Thompson. Man,
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Thompson twins, so both of them seem like very impactful players. Um, so he's doing what he's doing, and there's others as well.
Yeah. Trying to see what
Tari
happened
Eason,
to Cam Whitmore. Why he don't play no more?
Cam Whitmore is doing good as well, but Tari Eason's been he's been kind of their X factor.
I'm about to say Cam
Um,
Whitmore don't get no PT like that no more.
oh, he
Hmm.
don't? That's because of Tari
Yeah.
Eason probably.
Yeah.
And you talking about because of Thompson?
You said what?
Because of Thompson?
Probably. I want to they if they don't not going I just see him that he don't really get that much PT because Cam Whitmore had a good rookie season last year and
Yeah,
he just not getting any shine. So I feel like they should move that piece if they're not trying to like utilize him because
right.
they could use an upgrade for Dylan Brooks. Like Dylan Brooks, what Dylan Brooks do for them, he can come off the bench and do. He don't need to start to do it.
Yeah, start Thompson in my opinion.
Yeah. So they should try to trade and upgrade, try to get something upgrade. They got a lot of youth. They need like one more good piece to like be like in that championship contention. I think they're a playoff team. I don't know if they're a championship team contending team.
Yeah. I kind of think they're missing that backup big for Şengün.
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
They don't
Is
have
is
nobody
Adams
to do
still
it.
hurt for them?
huh?
Is Adams on their team?
No,
Adam is on their team.
Was he hurt, right?
Yeah, he was hurt. He was coming off a big injury that set him out for a year.
A year, the rest of the season?
But I
Okay.
mean, Adams is helpful. He's not the same, but he's helpful.
Yeah.
He sets great screens, know his role, kind of a good locker room guy. Um, you can use him, but I'm talking about like you probably need a guy that can still kind of consistently score off the bench,
yeah.
like how we have Gaff for us. So,
They could use
um,
like a Nick Claxton or something, bring him off the
yeah,
bench.
yeah. So, but yeah, the Rockets, man, they doing their thing this year. Let's see if they can keep it up. I'm originally an H-Town guy, so kind of got to give them some credit. I hope they kind of do their thing as well. But I got to keep it Dallas for the most part. So, don't kill me for that. So. Hey, done with the NBA for now. So the last topic that we're going to talk about is our bonus topic. Not going to be anime this time. Going to be NCAA random NCAA topic, but interested to know y'all opinions on the Travis Hunter situation with the cheerleaders and his girlfriend. Let's start with Ihu, man. What you got?
Man. Um, with the fame comes the fall. I mean, I feel like once you get that famous as a young cat, like it's tough. It's rough. I mean, you see a bunch of these young cats out here with, they just making dumb decisions, man. Like I don't understand it. I mean, you got to have people in your circle to tell you like, hey man, it's not a good look, or hey, maybe you shouldn't be doing that, or should have been taught something. I just like I said, it's just to me, it's just off the field drama
Yeah,
that it's gonna affect his pick when he gets drafted. So I don't think that I really think he should try to keep all his business out of the media because it's gonna affect him in the long run.
what you
What
got,
you
Troy?
got, Troy?
No, just kids being kids, bro. She's a young woman insecure because she thought he was looking at a cheerleader when he was looking at the fans. Like, realistically, he's Travis Hunter. I don't think he needs to like go out and like and stare at somebody to get there. To get pull somebody. He's just like she just not to grow up. She's gonna have to grow up, or he's gonna have to move on. Realistically, yeah, he's a pro athlete. It's gonna be a lot of distractions, and if you're not confident enough to, be secure of your relationship, then it's probably not gonna last. 'Cause it takes a lot of security to date a pro athlete. Like,
Yep.
you have to be secure with yourself.
I I wanted to say something to that. I think Travis Hunter, honestly, I feel like he didn't really do anything in that situation wrong. I think his lady. I'm not going to sit here and be like everybody else, be like, man, he needs to break up with her, blah blah blah.
No.
But because I don't know their relationship like that, but what he should do, I hope he had a conversation with her and say, don't you do that again in public. If there's an issue, we're gonna talk about it after the game, and as long as that happens, as long as hey, keep a smile on your face on the cameras. Y'all get home, talk about that all you want,
Yeah.
because that's a big time dude. That's a big time player right now. He's on TV. They're
Mm-hmm.
watching his every move. It's very important for the person that's by your side to understand that. So you got to know what your position that you got to play. And he playing his position. He's going out there balling. He's trying to make sure you're happy. Try to make sure you do the same for him. Make sure you don't try to embarrass him publicly. As long as you don't do that, everything should be good. That's pretty much all I gotta say about it. So I hope everything goes well for them. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, man, break up with her now,
Mm.
obviously.
But she did ruin an important moment because they won that conference, which was
Yeah.
Right.
And
everything
that's
that it was like almost everything Deion said and promised them was, winning the conference and getting them into a bowl game. So you can't, and those moments are what make sports. And if your dude is creating moments, that's how he gets paid. So
yeah.
technically you're messing up a moment with drama when you don't it could be like taken care of privately. That's something y'all can discuss. It don't have to be on
Yeah.
national TV. You just be an adult. Just be adults about it. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
but
That's all I
Right.
was saying
they
about
both young, so they can learn. So
Right.
that's all I was saying about being young. Like you got to understand who you're with. Like he just proposed to her and everything. Like this is something that you should have taken care of before you proposed. Like, and this is something, some games put y'all young kids on to it nowadays. Like the old heads told me, like before you get married, all the problems that you have, you need to work that out before you get married. Because once you get married, all those problems are gonna get amplified. So it's like you got to handle that before a ring and and a wedding. All that gets planned out. You got to like make sure we know each other and know where we are, know where we stand. And I just hope he's not making a mistake, because the drama, like, all it takes is for, and I'm not, not saying this is all women. I'm just saying all it takes is one statement from a woman and his reputation is ruined. He might lose his freedom. He could get put in jail and all this and the third. Like, so like Troy said, like that should have been handled off camera, like behind closed doors, because all it takes is one statement and that's messing up his draft picks, his future, his, all of this and the third.
messing up his moment. He could
Mm-hmm.
he could have had a cold pitcher for Colorado winning their division because he's a Heisman, and a lot of people think he's going to win the Heisman. I'm not sure because Genty. That's a whole different conversation. 'Cause I think Genty is pretty damn good, but
Yeah.
that was a moment for him, and that
Mm-hmm.
moment could have been like put into like the Colorado Hall of Fame or something. But instead, it's surrounded with drama now. It's not surrounded with joy, happiness. It's surrounded with drama because he's the star player, and
Mm-hmm.
now people talking about what his fiance was doing with him, and you just can't ruin moments
Yeah.
not if you're trying to be with a professional athlete. You can't ruin moments.
Yeah.
You gotta let him have his moment, and then if it's an actual issue, you just talk about it closed door, and then y'all make a decision where y'all want to go from there.
Yep.
Yep. 100%.
Hey, well, that's it. That's it for the Young Oldheads podcast. Got anything else y'all want to say before we end it for today?
That was
Oh, that's it, man.
Go ahead, Ehud. Take us away, man.
All right. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. Coming to chop it up with us. Um, we love to hear y'all's thoughts, y'all's comments on any topic we handled, any topic we covered, any topic we haven't covered. We'll definitely try to get all of them, implemented into the video. Give us a like, subscribe, come back for us. We usually upload around, we record on Tuesdays, upload videos, hit the notification bell so you can know when we upload. And we appreciate all the likes and the subscribes and this, that, and the third. Anything else y'all want to say? We'll catch y'all later. Holla.